Hey guys, so got a fun concept for you today. This is called teacup waves. So the reason why I call it teacup, or in liquid they may refer to as teacup, it's based off martial arts where they would hold a cup in their hands, like a teacup on their hand, and then you would kind of like just practice keeping your palm up. And they would teach you this in maybe Tai Chi or Kung Fu or something. So you would try and keep your hand like in a teacup position. So your palm's always facing up as if you're holding a teacup. So that's the principle for this wave, is we can kind of come into these tutting positions as well, and we can turn our hand out, and then we can come up, and we can pretty much do a lot of things. We can do like these tutting positions here with the teacups. Now when we do dance, it doesn't matter too much if our hands come slightly out of shape, right? Because we're focusing more on the wave here. So if we're going to be coming up, it doesn't matter if when we come up, our hands kind of turn to the side a little bit. So we're just going with the idea that there's a teacup there. If you want to have it really clean, then yeah, you have your palms up, right? So we use this with waving. We can do like these tutting positions. So this is also good if you want to do like wave tuts. We can use these positions here to right. Now, what else we can do from there? That's 2 arms, but if you want to just play around with 1 arm, we can obviously like come around, and then you can use your leaning of your body to get more angles out of that as well. So if we do a massive turn and we want to like come all the way around, you know what I mean? We can really get more motion like that, especially if you come around your head. You can kind of use these tutting angles behind the head like this as well. So we can like come over the head like this and then out with it as well. So as long as we're keeping that kind of like waving illusion, it doesn't matter if you go around the head with it and then like that. So with that said, we can also come through the body as well. So around the head, sometimes you might get stuck with your body, but like, okay, I'm going through here all the time. How can I make that look a little different? So you can, if you were like on the ground, for example, like down here even, we could like come through the body with it as well, right? So to show you like what I mean, it's like we could like be down here and then like come through the body and like really like play around with this concept where maybe you're like laying on your stomach, right, like this, and then you want to like go underneath your body and then come up. So that's what I mean, like you can go underneath around your head and lean back with it, and there's like heaps of different stuff we can do from there. So now we take that same concept, we can also do it with like 2 hands, right? So I think this works a little bit better actually if we let me just figure this out. Yeah, I think it's like more a liquid style, right? So we got our hands joined kind of the wrist like this. So now it's like a 2-handed teacup thing. So what we're going to practice is moving 1 hand over to the other side, right? So trying to keep it in that teacup position where you still have these, like your palms are still up, you're still envisioning like teacups, but now it's like 2 hands, right? And then we get to a position like here, and then we might want to like come back in and out and then meet back up again. So when we meet back up, we can have kind of like this position here, right? So it looks like this top, and then we come back to the front like this, right? So we can always play around with this. So it's also a mixture of the butterfly, so, or a wrist twirl, whatever you want to call it. We've got the butterfly move. We also have like the liquid and the teacup. So you imagine like the teacups there, but then we also have the butterfly, right? But just focus on keeping your wrists kind of upright now. So 2 teacups this time. And then we join back up the back of the wrists. And then we can split. And then go into like some snaking or something. Maybe we turn around with that. We can turn. We can change angles. Go around the head with it. You can kind of like cross your hands like this. Okay. So you can get like a wave out of it like this. So you can imagine we're going side to side now. Okay. So this is your basic teacup principle, where we're just imagining we got these teacups. And if we can do it one up, one down, we can also do it like both in sync with each other, right? So we can also do 2 like this, alright? So we can do 2 hands, 1 hand at a time, different directions. Boom, okay? And that's your basic teacup waves, because it looks pretty cool. And we can do just heaps of stuff with that as well. See how I'm playing around with it? We can come in like this, cross hands, and then we can still like get into these tutting positions, right? So the positions don't have to always be here like a tut. We can definitely get a little bit more abstract with it, like play around with some different angles. Maybe 2 hands this time. 2 hands. And then maybe snaking with it, like I went snaking. Also, where it could be pretty fun to play around is we could try and like get behind our leg or something like this. Try go in and out your leg, and then we can like turn. You know what I mean? So, boom. Or maybe we go through this leg. Yeah, out. Step around, you know, so that's fun to play around with too. Here. Here. Yeah, and now we can try and like pass it around the body like we were passing a cup around. So now we get the concept of passing the cup, one, like behind the back, right? Here, pass it on. You got it? So this is kind of like passing the waves, like when I always do this pass behind the back, but now we're doing it with teacups. Alright, so maybe pass it through the leg. So now we got all these cool options with the teacup. Okay? And yeah, don't be afraid to go behind the head as well, because that's super fun. And you get some cool new angles if you go around the head too, like this. This cool angle I was telling you about. That's pretty fun. that also takes you back into this angle. So here, 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 here. And then we can use our tuts and stuff for that too. So that's the main idea with teacups. And yeah, like I said, you can go on the ground, play around with your body. I think it would be super cool if we like take it onto our back. So we're leaning on our back this time. So let's try this. We come around, maybe try level change, add a spin with it, and then maybe let's try and get onto our back with it, and then maybe let's try and take it underneath your body, like under here. Come up, maybe show you again, under here. And then let's go big. Pass it around. Or maybe let's go behind our back, but then fake out. So when we go behind our back this time, instead of passing it, let's just use that to kind of like to turn, because I think that also looks really cool, right? So down, back, but then we're just going to use that to turn. Turn, turn. And then, if you want from here, we can just go into our normal waves and stuff as well. So we can connect to any type of wave from those positions, or we can just get straight to the tail. So we might be wanting to do some teacup waves, and then we just like get into like some tutting or something, right? Boom, boom, teacup. Right. And yeah, we can really emphasize the snaking as well with this. So this is something I actually seen Callie doing. She really likes to use the snaking with it. Whereas liquid dancers would do it in a completely different way. Liquid dancer would be like, you know, a little bit more like that with it. Then there might be like, I don't know how a liquid dancer would do it, but yeah. Anyway, 13 minutes, well. So that's teacup waves, and I'm sure you could play around and find a lot more things from that.